hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Go the Distance podcast. Thanks for joining us each and every week where we have real, raw conversations about real, raw life issues. Don't forget, you can find us on your podcast app on your phone or your smart device by searching Go the Distance. You can watch us on YouTube, on the Rock Creek Church YouTube channel. Search Go the Distance there. Or you can watch us on Facebook live as we premiere every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Have you ever watched my podcast?
I haven't.
You've never watched this podcast? Caden. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the studio tonight. My friend Caden McGee, who has never, ever watched my podcast. You know why you've never watched my podcast?
Why?
Because it premieres on Wednesday nights at 7. What are you doing on Wednesday nights at 7?
I'm at the group.
Yeah, you're at youth group, aren't you? You're at Rock Creek
youth
students.
Group.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's why you've never watched. But you can always go back and watch it. You can watch it on YouTube or you watch it on Facebook. Or if you subscribe to the podcast, then you can watch it anytime after it comes out on Wednesday nights at 7, like when you're running on a treadmill, which I haven't done in quite some time now. I was watching some videos that I shot back about a year ago. Oh, my goodness, when I was working out with my trainer. And then I was like watching them going, ooh, I remember when I looked like that. But that was all pre-COVID, man. It's all pre-COVID. So I've got Caden with me tonight. You know, I've had some wonderful guests in here. We've had incredible interviews and times of conversation, whether it be about a ministry at our church or whether it be about parenting, being a father, marriage. Last week I talked about the history of Rock Creek, how we came to be, how we ended up out here on this piece of property, how we got the building built and everything. And the week before that, we told Deacon Samantha Alexander's story of how they're moving to the Dominican Republic to do Impact Life drill water wells, clean water for those who live in the villages.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And so tonight, I've got you in here, Mr. Caden McGee. And I wanted to bring you in because one of the things that I love about our church, Rock Creek, is that we are a multi-generational church. You're wearing your Rock Creek Next Gen hoodie, and I love that because we are all about kids and teenagers. We love students. We love young adults, but we also love people that are grandpas and grandmas, like your grandpa and grandma. Yeah. We just love every age group. We're about all people, no matter your age or your race. We just love people, and that's what Jesus called us to do. And so when we talk about our church being multi-generational, your family is a great example of that.
Thanks.
Because you and your siblings are students and kids in our church. Your mom and your dad are parents, what we would call parents that would be in that category of raising kids, not where we are, Sarah and I, with empty nesting yet, but in the throes of raising kids, and love your mom and dad, Kendall and Michaela. And then your grandparents are at the church, Cavern and Sylvia McGee, and your granddad and you serve.
Yeah.
Where do you guys serve?
We serve in the parking lot. Normally first to third, all services.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you're out there early putting in banner flags.
Yeah.
And then you help people get parked and say hi to them as they come in. I bet you're hoping that the weather doesn't get too cold this winter.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't bother us, but because we dress warm, but I still like it.
Yeah, and you moved to Texas from Ohio. So cold weather is something.
Yeah,
You probably would rather it be cold than hot.
Actually, I like the hot.
Do you like
really
the hot?
Like the hot, yeah.
Okay. So one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you tonight, I wanted to share your story with everybody that's watching is, you're like one of the all-star kids in our youth ministry. I just think the world of you, whether it's your smile or whether it's your hair that I so wish I had, which, by the way, I had hair like that in junior high. But last time we baptized, which was a couple weeks ago, there in the service, we baptized 22 people between the first and second service. It was an amazing day.
Yes.
Pastor David did our baptisms, and you were one of those that got baptized.
Yeah.
And so, for a lot of people that grew up where baptism looked different, or they didn't quite understand what it was, or why you would be baptized, I'd like for you to share your story.
My testimony?
Yeah, if you don't mind, tell me why you got baptized and why you felt like that was necessary.
Okay, yeah. So one night, I think it was like a couple years ago, or not a couple years ago, but way back, I heard my sister talking, like it was past bedtime. My sister Abby, she was talking to our dad on the couch, and when they were done, they went to bed. So I was like, okay, they're done. I guess I'll go to bed. And a couple months later, I decided to ask my dad what they were doing, and he's like, Abby just accepted Jesus into her heart. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. What does that mean? And she's like, she's accepted him into his heart, and he knows that he's her savior, and he died on the cross for her. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So a couple weeks later, he sat me on the couch, and I asked Jesus into my heart, and he asked me some questions, and then we prayed. And then a couple years later, I wrote my testimony, and I was just saying how, like, now since we moved from Ohio to here, it's kind of hard, but I knew Jesus had a plan, and he did that for a reason. There was, like, he didn't just do it just to do it, you know? So in Ohio, I wasn't really devoted to Christ as much as I am now. Like, in Ohio, I wasn't in the Bible much. I didn't really pay attention to the lessons. Like, I did all the, like, when I was younger in the kids ministry, I do, like, the hand-on projects and the coloring. But I'm like, oh, yeah, I just went to church, you know? That's it. But then I came here, and I started serving. I started doing devotionals. Like I am now. I'm doing, like, a year in the Bible devotion, and I'm on my 86th day right now. So that's going good. And now I'm with David in the youth ministry and in leadership, and we're doing that every other week. So that's fun, and that's pretty much it.
So you get baptized after you give your life to Jesus.
Yes.
You invite Jesus into your heart. So why did you get baptized? Why did you think that was important?
I just, I guess, well, my dad told me, he was like, baptized, this really isn't just like giving your heart to Jesus again or something like that.
Right.
It's just showing people that you gave your Christ to Jesus, and it's just giving letting everybody know that you did it, and you are, like, kind of devoted to him, and you accepted him to your heart.
Yeah, so the way we would say that in a real kind of a neat little catchphrase that everybody can remember, it's an outward expression of the inward commitment that you've already made for Jesus. So the water didn't save you.
Yeah.
And the water didn't change you, but it was something that Jesus commanded for you to do scripturally post or past your salvation experience. And so you accepted Christ in your home. Your dad led you to Jesus. And then later on in the process, you said, hey, I want to be baptized. You know, some people get baptized really quick after they give their lives to Jesus. I got saved on a Sunday night. I was 12 years old. I was a sixth grade boy. And my Sunday school teacher, Joanne Calmes, had been talking about Jesus. And then I've been listening to the sermons. And I just felt the Holy Spirit move in my life. And I wanted to give my life to Christ. So I did that on a Sunday night, and I think like the next Sunday night, they had a baptismal service, and I got saved. The week before, got baptized the next Sunday. But the way we do it here is we baptize like once every quarter. So every 3 months, we have a big baptismal service and a big celebration. And so, you know, some people, it's not the week after. It's not 2 weeks after. It could be a month. But at the end of the day, they're still saved. The water is the outward expression, and it is such a neat moment, isn't it?
It is. It's really amazing.
It's just to watch you get baptized, and your sister got baptized too.
She did, Isabel did.
Yeah, both of you got baptized the same day, and Pastor David, your student pastor, next gen pastor, baptized you, and I was there right by the tank helping you guys in and out of the tank, and man, it was just awesome to see.
It was.
And so basically, what you're saying to the world is, I'm a follower of Christ, and so. Baptism, while while there's nothing magical in the water, the moment is magical because you've just told the world, I'm on God's side, and Christ is my Savior. And so I love the fact that you were able to do that. I love the fact that you were able to share your testimony. You know, one of the things that we're commanded to do is to share our faith.
Yeah.
And one of the easiest ways to do that is to write down your testimony and learn it, so that you can share it when someone asks you. And Beyond that, you're super involved in our student ministry. You go to school right here across the street from the church office at Rushing Middle School. So, like, you can check in on us anytime you want, make sure we're working hard. But you go to school right here across the street. Did you know that that school would not be there if we hadn't sold some of the church's land to the school?
I didn't know that,
Yeah,
no.
they needed like 2.5 more acres to get all of that school on that piece of property. And they came to our door here at the office, and they basically said, "Hey, we need some more land, and we'd like." There used to be an old gravel road there, and they said,
Okay,
we'll move the road, and we'll put the road in, no expense to the church." And we were like, "Do we want a school next to us?" Yes, and especially a middle school, because we're all about reaching the next generation. So it's so neat that you and others go to that school that go to church here. I know Gabby Jones goes to school there, and so. But I know there's others, but anyway, you're involved in our student ministry. You're involved in serving. You serve with your grandpa every Sunday. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I like it.
You know, a lot of kids do a lot of things with their grandparents, but serving in the local church, how special is that?
That's amazing, yeah.
Have you ever had anybody pull on the parking lot and you tell them to go somewhere in one direction they don't want to go?
A couple times.
Yeah. You just tell them, "Dude, I'm Caden McGee and I'm in charge out here. I got the yellow flashing shirt on. Y'all get over here." Yeah. So that's funny. But you serve, and then you attend our youth. You're there every Sunday. You know, I want to ask you a question, because watching your life and seeing your life as an 8th grade boy, I see a lot of my life in you, because our family, we were doing the same exact things that your family's doing. I was an 8th grader serving in the church, being involved musically in the church. Yeah, I grew up in it, man. We were there every time. Can you imagine being anywhere else on Sunday?
No, I like going to Sundays. I like serving. I just think it's so cool. It's like a spot that I want to be in.
So you can't imagine doing anything else on Sundays?
I mean, maybe sometimes, but like most of the time I want to go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So.
Isn't that cool that 8th grade boy says, "I want to go. I want to go." If your parents looked at you and said, "I don't want to go," would you tell them, "No, we got to go"?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, your dad is a pilot, so he's gone a lot. He travels, and he flies for Southwest Airlines. And so, did you know bags fly free on Southwest?
I do what?
So your luggage flies free on Southwest.
Yeah.
So you knew that, okay?
Yeah.
So your dad flies for Southwest all over the place, and so I'm sure sometimes he gets home on a Saturday from a long flight, and he's tired on Sunday morning. But you guys come to church, you're there, and that's what it's about. It's putting God first on the first day of the week.
Yeah.
Making him the first priority.
It's the least we can do.
Absolutely. Jesus did so much for us. So talk to me a little bit about the student ministry here, the Rock Creek students. We have 7th through 12th grade on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock out here in the building. Why do you come on Wednesday nights?
So I like to come, friends, so that's one of the reasons, but I also love David's messages. They're so good.
You like you like David's messages?
I like yours too.
Well, my mom likes David's messages too. Mom, if you're watching, that's an inside joke. Yeah. So you love David's communication.
I do. They really hit me.
Yeah, David is a gifted communicator, and we're really glad we have him in that position. But it's not just David's message on Wednesday night. What else goes on?
God speaking through him. I like our small groups. I like just have that time. Just it makes me feel more comfortable just to speak, because I know all the boys there, and I just know it's like, if they laugh at me, like, who cares? Like, I know they're joking around and stuff like that. And I get there for leadership around 6 o'clock to do the leadership. It's every other week. And then I'll get there early just to hang out with friends and cornhole and stuff like that, and just hang out. And then we do the worship. I love worship, man. I like going to the stage and just getting out there and worshiping my heart out. And it's just fun.
Yeah. Does Ryan lead the worship most of the time?
Yes.
Yeah. He's okay, I guess. Yeah. We got some great worship, don't we?
Sunday
mornings is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got a big group of friends there, and and who's your small group leader?
Greg Jones. I mean, Greg Garza.
Greg Garza is your small group leader. Well, I'm going to pray for you right now.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Greg Garza is a great guy.
Yes.
And he loves you. He loves those kids, man. He loves the junior high age. So he's your small group leader. So do you guys break out in groups after David speaks, or whoever speaks that day?
After David speaks, or if we have like a special guy or girl who's ever speaking, we'll just break out into our small groups, and then he'll ask questions and we'll answer them. We'll just hang out and say say some stuff, and hang out, and then we'll go out and hang out for a little bit until we're ready to go.
So when you break into small groups, do you talk about what was spoke
Yes.
about? Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you're answering questions that go with the message.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's neat. Kind of reinforces it.
Yes.
So you said David's had some special speakers come in on Wednesday nights. Who's been your favorite special speaker?
What's his name? Your friend. He came during camp, actually.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, Josh. I like him. I like the one with the chairs. Like, which chair you in? I thought that one was a good message.
Yeah, that was camp.
Yeah, camp. Kirby Minnick.
Yeah. The Instagram stuff. That's great. I was really kind of thanking you and hoping you might say someone else. Who else has been your favorite Wednesday night speaker?
I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. I've spoke on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, man. Oh, I'd have a blast. When David says, hey, can you come in and speak to the teenagers? I'm like, absolutely, I would love to. But yeah, we had a great camp.
Yes, we did.
COVID tried to destroy our camp, and we didn't get to go to New Mexico. We're going this summer, though. Come on. We're praying and hoping that in summer of 2021, we get to go to Glorieta, New Mexico. You've never been to Glorieta.
I haven't. I've only been to the
one here.
Off-brand one, you could say.
Yeah, you're going to love New Mexico. It's great. And the temperatures are in the 70s every day because you're at 8,000 feet elevation. It's so nice. It's beautiful. But we pulled camp off here and had a great week. And Josh did a great job as our camp speaker until he went and had a heart attack in the middle of camp. But he's doing good.
Good.
So he's doing good and getting healthy. And so he asks about you guys a lot. And I tell him, hey, they're asking about you too. So he's a lot of fun. So I just love you. I love your family. Love your mom and dad, your grandparents. I see your grandparents almost every day.
Yeah, I don't they go to my grandpa, he goes to the meetings every Saturday, I think.
Yeah, but I see your grandparents a lot of mornings walking their dogs.
Oh, yeah, in your neighborhood,
Yeah, because we live in the same neighborhood, and I'll see them walking their dogs, and I'll wave to them when I'm leaving early to go somewhere or come over here to the office. So I get to see them every so often walking dogs, or your grandma will be out there, and I'll wave to her. So, and of course, we've done life groups, small groups with your parents, and we're not currently in a group that your parents are in, but your parents are hosting a group. So you guys are always doing church. Your parents are group leaders.
Yeah.
Y'all serve on Sundays. You're in youth ministry. Is life good?
I love life, yes.
Yeah. Serving God is a good life, isn't it? It's the full, abundant life. John 10:10 tells us that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but Jesus says, I have come that you might have life and have it to the fullest.
Yes.
And so many times I think we think about life to the fullest is more things or more experiences. Life to the fullest is what you're experiencing, where you just said life is good. Now, when you're at school, obviously you're wearing a Rock Creek hoodie. Do you get to share about your church and stuff?
I mean, every now and then, it's kind of hard because I guess I might get scared that I might get rejected or just no.
Yeah.
I guess that's my biggest fear, but other than that, I'll try every now and then.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We all have rejections in our life, and Jesus himself was rejected, and by his own people. So, being rejected for speaking the name of Jesus, while it hurts in the minute and in the moment, it's always worthy cause to speak for. And so you just keep doing that. Keep sharing your testimony, whether it's just by being kind to people, being nice. I mean, I can't imagine you not being nice to everyone. You're just that kind of person. And so just letting your light shine, his light shine through you in front of people is a great testimony. Now, I got to tell you something else we do here that I can't wait for you to experience. So, we are very, very involved in church planting in the Dominican Republic. We talk about it a lot. Iglesia Bautista Salvacion is the name of the church down there. That's the mother church. And then we have several churches out and about in these villages. And, man, I can't wait to take you down there.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
You're going to love it. And I can't wait to take you and so many other teenagers when COVID is gone and we can get back to traveling and take you guys down there. And here's what I want to say to you. I would never want to put anything on you. I would never want to make you think something about yourself. But again, like I said, when I see you and I watch you, I see a reflection in a lot of what I was when I was your age and involved in church. And I wouldn't be too surprised, my friend, if God doesn't call you to be a pastor or be in ministry. So
you.
if he does, just surrender.
Yeah.
It's the greatest life ever is to minister to people. But you know what? If he calls you to be a pilot like your father, you be a godly pilot that speaks truth and speaks your faith to those that you come into contact with. Because we need Christians in every area of life and in every part of life. We need Christian teachers. We need Christian coaches. We need Christian doctors, Christian lawyers, Christian plumbers, Christian air conditioning repairmen, Christian floor covering people. We need them.
Yeah.
But I just see God's hand on your life. I don't know
you.
what he's going to do. I just want to say to you and to all of you teenagers that are part of our youth ministry, stay faithful to God and start when you're young. It's never, ever, ever too young to follow God, and you're never, ever too old to follow God. God can always use you. So I'm going to challenge you. You've got your whole life ahead of you. In every decision you make, ask yourself, what would I do if Jesus was right here with me? Is this something I'd be a part of? Is this something I can do? And I also want to say to you as we get ready to close, and I think this is so wonderful, and this is the case with all the students at Rock Creek. You guys challenge me. What day are you on in your read through the Bible in a year?
Every day. Oh, 86.
86. You've stayed with it 86 days. And see, when I hear that, that just challenges me that we've got teenagers that are on 86th day of reading the Bible in a year. You're on day 86. And by the way, you don't start that on January 1st. And you're on day 86, and it just challenges me to be in the Word myself because, hey, I've got to lead you. I've got to teach you. I've got to get out in front. And so I've got to be read up in my Bible too, and I've got to be studied. And I got to when you come on Sundays, I've got to be there prepared because God has given me something before you ever get there. As you've been studying through the week, feeding yourself, then when you come on Sundays, it's like eating dessert. You like dessert?
I do.
What's your favorite dessert?
I like pie.
You like pie?
I
Okay.
love pie.
What kind of pie?
Any kind. You can't go wrong with pie.
Yeah. Do you like pumpkin pie?
I do.
At Thanksgiving?
That's my least favorite, but I like it, yes.
Do you like pecan pie?
I do.
Yes, pecan pie is my favorite, brother.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, my wife, I make her make a pecan pie every single year. But listen, she found a pie that I asked her to make this Thanksgiving. The bottom of the pie is cinnamon rolls.
Oh, wow. Oh,
The middle of the pie is apple.
okay.
Then you put on top of the apples another layer of cinnamon rolls.
Is
Now,
it good?
does that not sound good?
It does. It sounds
and
good.
then you heat it and you put a scoop of vanilla ice cream right by it.
Oh, wow.
I think it is like potentially the pie of heaven. I think it's probably the pie that the angels eat in heaven. But we'll see. I'm going to try it this Thanksgiving. She said she'd make it for me. She saw it on one of these Facebook ads as she was scrolling at the airport a couple weeks ago, and she said, "Look at this." And I was looking at it, I'm like, "Oh, you've got to make that at Thanksgiving."
That's what my dad would be doing.
Yeah. So you guys like pie?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do the most.
Yeah,
but
I'm not a cake guy.
I don't like cake
I don't
either.
like it's just I like pie.
On birthdays, I'm like, and they ask my mom, like, "Hey, you want some pie? I mean, cake?" And I'm like, "No," and just try it. I'm like,
You make me a pie. Yeah. Well, brother, I love you. I'm proud of you. Keep serving the Lord. And thank you for the witness and the testimony you are to everybody at Rock Creek. And here's what I want to say to all of you that pull in our parking lot. When you see Caden, wave at him, give him a thumbs up, roll down the window and say, "I saw you on the Go the Distance podcast. You did great." Keep serving God. We love you.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. God bless all of you for hanging with us and just hearing this story of what God is doing in the young people here at Rock Creek that is a multi-generational church. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week on the podcast.